Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is we're going to talk about when to come out to a guy. Someone in my life wanted me to do a video on this, so I'm going to touch on this video. I'm going to help y'all out in what I believe and what I think when you should come out to a guy as transgender. So before we begin, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, like, and don't forget to subscribe. It's a free way to help y'all girl out. So let's get started. Okay. So I look a little crazy, but honestly, I really am digging like my hair in a bun, like the little, and then my glasses too, they're transitional shades. So like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm that girl, like, you know. But okay, but anyways, back to the video. So my personal opinion of when you should come out to a guy is I think immediately. And I'm gonna tell you guys why. I'm gonna tell you guys why. I'm gonna tell you my experiences because I've tried it all and I feel like you just gotta rip the band-aid off. Like you just gotta say it up front, you know? I just feel like I'm gonna just tell you my reasoning on that. Okay, so when I first transitioned, like I wouldn't tell guys until like after I want to say like after a few dates. That's when I would tell them. Um, I feel like because I knew like my passability, I knew I was passable and stuff like that. But I just feel like nowadays, I feel like that's just dangerous because it's like I live in a small world. Like, I feel like we live in a small world, and that person, like, kiss you, whatever, and then post you on his social media after the first couple of days, because I've had that happen. And then he actually knew people that knew me, but they didn't like me. And then they went ahead and spilled my tea. You know what I'm saying? So that could be really dangerous. Um, so that's why I feel like upfront is good. Also, too, like, and I also too I believe too like off it has to be based off like the situation too. Like I feel like if a guy like he asks for your number unless that you met him at the grocery store or something like that. I feel like try to like pick his brain over and just see like what intentions he had. Like one guy did that to me and I was like, oh okay, like I need to tell him I'm trans, but I was like, let me see what he's about first before I even see if he's even worthy of telling that I'm trans, you know? So like one guy just wanted SDX from me. So I immediately just didn't even tell him I'm trans. I just didn't even want to talk to him anymore. I was so grossed out. Um Also too, like I feel like I don't know, I feel like on dating apps too, just put in your bio that you're trans. I feel like just once you have that, I know it kind of sucks because it's like, dang, like these guys aren't treating me how they would treat like a biological woman. That's just a part of life. And I promise you, there is a man out there that will treat you like any other woman, you know? It's just be patient. Just, take your time. Also, too, like, I've seen other instances too with other girls where they waited they've waited until like the guy like fell in love with them. I was one of those girls. I wasn't gonna say anything until after the guy proposed to me. And my therapist, after I got the sex change surgery too, my therapist told me to wait until he asked me to marry him. That's when you tell him. And so of course I took that advice. And people on here don't believe me too. I'm like, that's my psychologist lady told me that. And so, and then he, fell for me. I fell for him. And then I think he went on my computer and saw old boy photos of me and then like completely ghosted. Never heard from him again. Nothing. I don't even know if that's even what happened, but I think that's what happened, you know? And that's why after I got my surgery too, I would like wait until these guys like fell in love with me and then I would tell them, you know? And I just feel like that's a big waste of time because a lot of these men too, girls, they get violent. And I mean, some of them are like, yo, what? You know, once I feel like what it is like they feel from what I've accumulated and learned over the years is that they feel like you lied to them. And you are a woman and everything, but to them, ladies, these, the men, in their way, they feel like they were lied to and tricked. You know what I mean? And the trickery part, I could understand. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I just feel like if you're honest and you put your stuff up front, that will make him like want to trust you. Because if I was dating a guy and he was born a woman, that's something I would want to know too. That's, and let's say like I fell in love with him and like we were dating for months and stuff. I'm like, way, like I feel like that's something you should have told me. Um, I just feel like with any type of relationship, I just feel like you got to be upfront with your stuff. Like, even like if you have kids, eventually you gonna have to tell that person, like, yeah, I have kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some things may be like less baggage than others, but for your safety, it's not worth going out with a guy. It's not worth going out with a guy knowing that you're hiding that you're trans. You know what I'm saying? Because you will never know. Like, these guys could be so sweet and so nice to you, and then once you tell them you're trans, they could flip like that, at a snap of a finger. And I just I just feel like it's just a very scary moment. It's a very scary situation. And I just feel like your life is too valuable to go through anything like that. One girl did that. She didn't say anything. She got in this guy's car and they were talking and everything, and then she was an influencer on TikTok and she did trans content. So the guy asked her like, "Oh, what do you do?" She was like, "Oh, and another stupid thing too is that this girl got in his car and then didn't even tell her friends, not even her, she was living with her dad at the time, didn't even tell him where she was going, none of that. So he could have did what he wanted to her and then dumped her somewhere and they would never know what happened. You know what I'm saying? So, he asked her like, "Oh, like what type of content do you post?" She was like, "Oh, I post trans content." And then he just stopped the truck and told her to get out. And then she was like, "No." And then he did what he did to her, and her face was messed up. And that's something I don't want to see happen to any of y'all, because this is real. Like, this stuff happened. Luckily for me, nothing like that happened to me, but I was threatened. And I was threatened. I got in a truck with three guys. I did a story time on it, and I was threatened that I would get hurt. Um, so it's not worth it. It's already hard enough that you gotta go through life and everything like that. I feel like you gotta love yourself more and just say, you know what, if you can't accept me for me, then whatever. Um, yeah, so I just feel like telling them up front, it wastes less time and everything like that. And I understand too, like, oh, maybe because I usually would wait after like the first or second date. And I'll be like, oh well, I want him to get to know me first as a person, and then if I tell him, that'll probably like up my chances of him like liking me more and being like, okay, you know what? I did get to know her. She seems cool. And that I can understand where y'all coming from too with that. But I just feel like nowadays it's just like, I'm just gonna tell you up front. Like, I don't have time to hide and all that. Like, either you take me for who I am or not, you know? Um Also too, I feel like if you're more upfront about it, I feel like the more you're upfront with about it, the more you'll get used to being upfront about it. And also too, I feel like these men will respect you more. And I feel like it will make a shift in your energy because you're being upfront about it and being honest and stuff. I feel like you will attract better people to you, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Because after I started doing that, just being upfront and stuff, a lot of guys now, they don't care. They really don't. And I feel like if you don't care about it, it is what it is. Like, I feel like you'll attract those type of men to you that don't care too. Um, I hope this video helped you out. Um, Also to like just be safe out there. I've seen a lot of documentaries. I've done my research on when I think you should come out to a guy, and I just think immediately, because you don't know what these men are capable of. These men be very nice to you in the beginning and then switch up on you so quick once they find out that you're trans. And I don't want to see anything happen to you guys. I love each and every one of y'all. I want y'all to be happy. I want y'all to be safe. And there is a guy, girl out there, you know, there's one for everyone. So definitely don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay magical.